Day 2 of the league finals in the Pubg Mobile World League Season 0 has come to an end, marking the halfway point as the teams stand neck to neck at the top of the leaderboard, no more than 20 points apart. Action was plenty with some good dominant performances, and we're going to have a look at what the teams got up to yesterday. The first game of the day kicked off in Erangel, with the final circles forming just a little west of the apartments near the school. In the 7th circle, Nova Esports found themselves sandwiched between Loops Esports in the east and Dream Eaters in the west, both with all members alive while Nova Esports just had two. As the final battle ensued and blows were exchanged, Nova Esports chipped away at the two teams, holding their angles well with good trigger discipline, punishing their opponents' mistakes. Against all the odds stacked against them, Nova Esports clutched the first chicken dinner of the day with a total of 6 kills. The second game in Vikendi saw pretty consistent action throughout. However, it got really interesting towards the end as the 6th circle closed in, with Dream Eaters and Footballists in great positions in the zone, while all other teams were struggling along the edges. Yet, in a surprising turn of events, not one of these teams made it to the final battle as Tempo Storm crashed into Dream Eaters, taking over their position, and Loops Esports demolished Footballists. The final battle took place between Loops Esports, Tempo Storm, and the lone wolf from Team Umbra, PRZ, who managed to kill one player from Loops Esports before dying to the zone himself, which was the catalyst Tempo Storm needed to mount an attack on Loops Esports, which they did, eliminating them to win the chicken dinner with 8 kills.
On a second, Carrillo is still in this game. You can never count out Loops. 3 members of Tempo Storm are down. They have to try and go for the reset. Hang on, Spectre. Maybe look to go for the revive. Carrillo is going to get the med kit off, but he needs to push. HH24 is going to give the intel up over the high ground. This is a 1v1 situation, and Carrillo using the teammate's body to try and block the shots. Can Carrillo get it? No! Tempo Storm gets it done just barely. Carrillo and Loops almost took that over.
Game 3 was fought in Erangel, with the final circles forming along the road connecting Rozok and Yasnaya. And let me just tell you, Konina Power took this game by storm. In the 4th circle, they took charge of one of the compounds along the road, smack center of the circle, from where they rained lead in every direction, picking up a lot of kills until the next couple of circles finally forced them out in Yalla Esports direction, who had the zone on lockdown. Just as the 7th circle was about to close, Adder from Cloud9, the last man standing from his team, put up quite a show as he took on Yalla Esports and managed to knock down 2 players. During this commotion, Konina Power split up and surrounded Yalla Esports, cutting off every angle and decimated them, going on to win the chicken dinner with a very impressive 16 kills.
He was pushing Yalla in closer and closer. Lord just a few inches away from taking blue damage. Zanov stands up, finds a knock, it's immediately traded. Puts it into 2 versus 1. And Lord's
exactly
calling
where
in
he
the smoke.
is.
Rob wants to finish it now.
Yeah, he's going to push in. He's going to go actually out in the blue to try and the angle around, and that is going to be it. Konina Power do get it done.
Miramar was the chosen battleground for Game 4, with the final circles formed between Los Leones and Chumacera, and a couple of teams really impressed us with their performances. Cloud9 dropped in Puerto Paraiso just a little outside the first circle, and they avoided fights early in the game, dodging Team Umbra on one occasion, and later B4 Esports, whom they were actually racing into the new zone. 22 minutes in the game, however, it seemed they were possessed with bloodlust as they first obliterated Yalla Esports, who were rotating into the zone, after which they set their sights on Team Umbra and finished them off, wiping out 2 teams in under 100 seconds. All this took place at the southern end of the zone, while from the north, Footballists approached. Not to be left behind in the kills department, they fought their way to the Pittsburgh Knights and Loops Esports, setting themselves up for the epic clash against Cloud9, from which Cloud9 emerged victorious with 13 kills, and Footballists finished the game with 14 kills to their name.
The wraparound, they're trying to get the wraparound, a little 2-1 going right now. Pyro and Uneven are going to be approaching this one. Lud's going to be popping on up. Remember, Lud's got the M249. Will be opting to use the M4, and how the solos have played in the favor right now of Cloud9. Adar going to be cooking this grenade on Solke. Solke has been hitting their shots here so far today, but that's it. 1v3, Cloud9.
The fifth game in Sanhok had it all. Some great plays, some not so great ones, the fabled RNG factor wreaking havoc, and a couple of funny moments towards the end as the final circles formed on the northern island near Hathin. Wildcard Gaming dropped in Cow and moved the zone a little late using the bridge when they came under fire from Dream Eaters and Yalla Esports almost simultaneously. In all the chaos and confusion, only one man managed to survive the ambush, Acer, who we'll come back to later on in the game as, well, you'll see. After that, Team Unique dealt with Footballist, Dream Eaters and Cloud9 and were well on their way to victory had it not been for a snake in the grass. Quite literally, as Acer from Wildcard Gaming sprung into action, winning the chicken dinner for his team.
They don't have a lot of time to work with right now. Yeah, the Blues are taking down Marco. And meanwhile, Acer is just crawling their way on in, racking up the placement points. The 1v1 going for that spray down. They just won the game. Acer winning the engagement. The solo member.
The final game was fought in Erangel once again, and the final circles once again ended up at the Gutka irrigation canals or the trenches. Team Queso dropped at the mansion and made their way towards Gutka, and when the fifth zone was shrinking, they breached the trenches which were under Nova Esports control, eliminated them and took the trenches for themselves, which they then held for the remainder of the game. A little while later, Team Queso eliminated Loops Esports around the same time when Wildcard Gaming wiped out Footballist, which meant the two titans would clash in an epic final battle along with one lone snake somewhere in the grass.
For that spray down as well, making sure to get the confirm before getting taken down and out. It's a 1v2, but Nano's position is going to be compromised. Nano taking out Marco. Oh,
again, it's on Team Queso.
With half the league done and over with, a lot rides in the last 2 days of intense PUBG Mobile action on the biggest and grandest stage, the PUBG Mobile World League Season 0. The fighting continues tomorrow, and in case you miss any of the action, we'll have you covered. Till then, stay tuned and stay safe.